Good morning, my friends. We have reached welcome to another episode of Frustrated to Freedom. I'm Bill Morrow, your guide, and we are today on another big one. Episode 80, This New Feeling. And it's also the last time we'll be using this The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. Now, this brought us a lot of good information, and of all the books that we've read, Napoleon's and all of these going forward, they're all talking about the same thing. They may take it in different formats, but the basic is here. So this is the last time we're going to hear from this one, and then we'll go on to the next version. We have 3-4 more books all lined up. In fact, it never finishes. The only time it finishes is when you finish. That's right. The big question and the big thing about every one of these books is start to get started. I thought that term was very logical. We know that from this book here, there is no magic. The magic is you, and I've said this before. To get started, you've got to start, and that produces the magic, and that is you. By taking action, by doing what it is, you don't have to think about, will it work? Of course it works. If you start it, even if you have to push the damn car, it's working. There'll always be people there to help you as well. So, pencil, paper, thoughts. The thoughts now come into dreams, and the dreams come into plans, and the plans come into action. Thoughts, pictograms, picturing what's going on, and then writing down the thoughts, pencil and paper. And by writing things down, your daily charts, everything you write down, means that these are the items that you're going to work on during the day. It's all right having a little script on your computer. I have that as well, but I prefer to write things down. And as I write, so it goes further into here. So pencil and paper is a very important part of your whole makeup. The pencil and paper, you're taking notes, you're changing ideas. And ideas need action. We're all coming back to the same thing. Action. Start to get started. That means you're going into action. And action gets you into a habit. So get the action habit. For all these little bits of information. And action, is, again, you see, will cure your fears and build your confidence. So every time you do something, it gets a little bit easier, and by doing that, you're pushing the information back in here into the mindset and into the subconscious, so that when the answer is needed, the subconscious will produce it. Exactly. So you get into gear and go. Be the master of your minds. All of these little quotes and everything, all coming from this book that we're now completing and now finishing. But the thread runs all the way through the whole system. It is exactly the same thing that came from the 1937 edition of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. All of these things, you then think about what you want to do. It's all in the mindset, and in the mindset you then take the action that's required, And from the action, you then get more thoughts, more actions, more notes and things like that, and you proceed. And that's exactly what we do. We get the thoughts and we just keep on going. With this process, it gets easier and easier as we go along. But we never finish doing it because we're on a journey all the time. Oh yes, we do reach targets, and that's what you got to have, your targets which are achievable. And each time you hit a target, bang, you make your next target, and then you go on again. It's success in small steps. We don't sit down and say, whoa, good, we're there. You're never there. You're always learning. You're always, when you get to the stage, you could then start teaching others. Remember, this is all part of the process. The information we get, we pass on to others. And that builds us, builds them, gives them confidence in the fact that these books do mean something and are worthwhile. So all of these things are worth doing, and that's exactly what we're producing now. You have to, the next book we're going on to is The Lazy Man's Way to Riches by Richard G. Nixon. Have I heard that name before somewhere? Based on the novel by, based on the book by Joe Carbo. So we're again, this is the 25th edition. How about that? The rainbow. No matter where you are in life, you have to believe there's going to be an after the flood good news. The rainbow. Got to put a little bit of comedy in there, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Remember, smile, stand tall and smile. That's another one of our little quotes. And all of these things make you a better person, make you able to move on. And we now have this wonderful feeling, this new feeling that we're well on our way. We've got through all these books. We've got all this information in here. We know we're well on our way. And you should certainly be feeling different in the fact that when you started looking at this bloke, and now at this stage, you can actually feel, you know that if you think hard enough about something, it will work. And start to get started. And that's the whole quote. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow, my friends.